All right, let's move to chapter 11, page 194. It's in the book, page 194, Practice of Real Estate. Okay, before we get started, I want to talk about federal fair housing laws. You have the Equal Housing Opportunity poster on page 195. Here are your 7 protected classes: race, color, religion, sex, handicap, familial status, and national origin. This fair housing poster, equal housing opportunity poster, has to be predominantly displayed in every real estate office. If it's not, it's called prima facie discrimination. That's what it looks like. And then again, here are your 7 protected classes. Prima facie. This word is definitely on the exam. Okay, prime face, Latin, right? First face. In our generation, it's in your face discrimination, if not predominantly displayed in the real estate office. Equal housing laws protect any person of a residential property from seller or landlord discrimination. Civil Rights Act of 1866. Let's turn to page 196. Race was your first protected class. Then you have the Federal Fair Housing Act of 1968. They're going to call that Title 8. And it's really easy to remember. 68, look, Roman numerals, Title 8. Okay, this is your Federal Fair Housing Act. They may ask, what else is the Federal Fair Housing Act of 1968 called? Just match the 8. Roman numeral 8, 8. It added race, color, religion, national origin. 1974 Housing and Community Development, that added gender. And this one here, the only thing they're going to talk about this one, I know that's an 8, but the only thing they're going to really talk about is handicap and familial status. These were the last 2 that were added for protected classes. All right, if you're working for a landlord of a property and you're a property manager, you cannot answer any questions about a prospective renter if your landlord calls up and asks you what religion they are, what race they are, what national origin they have, what color they are. All the protected classes you can't answer. You cannot answer that question. Just tell them I cannot answer that question. Handicapped status includes AIDS and HIV. People, all right, this is what's really interesting to me. It says drug addicts, alcohol addicted persons not currently addicted or in treatment are covered. A person convicted of dealing drugs is not protected. A person convicted of using drugs is protected. That's how I remember that. Okay. Don't forget, you also have service animals. They also have comfort pets. Comfort pets. Handicapped people are allowed to make reasonable accommodations or modifications to your property. So let's say they need to add a chair ramp out in front of your property or add some grab bars to the shower. They can do that. They have to do it at their expense. And before they move out, they have to bring it back to the original condition. You may get a question that's going to ask you, what's the least likely thing that a handicapped person would bring back to its original condition? Your answer is going to be the grab bars screwed into the shower tiles, because that's going to do more damage removing them. And here, comfort pets, service animals. If you have a non-pet apartment policy, it doesn't matter. Service animals and comfort pets are allowed to enter those buildings, and you cannot use those animals as a reason not to rent for them if you have a non-pet apartment complex or rental. And you can't charge them a pet fee. Handicapped status is your reasonable accommodations and modifications. Okay, this is on page 196 as well. Talks about your reasonable accommodations and modifications. This is page 196. American with Disabilities Act. Let's go over to page 197. A business with 15 or more employees have to abide by ADA. What it is, it's comprehensive guidelines for making public facilities accessible. And here are your penalties. Try to remember your penalties. Most of them are $50,000 or $100,000. And if you can't remember them, at least bring it down to those two when you're choosing.